I don't like to rain on people's parade, but I'm not happy with this one. Congratulations to Joker. You are the best big man in the league, but based on everybody's criteria, my criteria, stat stuffer, you guys' criteria, number one seed, which team has a better record, I felt Shea Alexander deserved it because I've been number two a lot. When I play myself number two, so the fact that he has to start all over next year and try to win it again, I think it was. I know it's going to be hurtful for him. Hopefully, he uses this to Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, one of only a few players that had 30 points 50 times.
Keep throwing stat stuffer out there.
No, because that's my criteria for
does
MVP.
Nikola Jokic not stuff the stat sheet?
Yeah, but not like Shea.
Really?
Shea is one of the few players that had 30 points in 50 games,
Yeah,
Ernie.
well, but when you're talking about stuff in the stat sheet, look at all the triple doubles for Nikola Jokic and look at his ranks in scoring, rebounding, and assists. I don't think stat stuffing is an argument.
Okay,
here.
but even doing all that, OKC was the number one.
They had
I love you, the best player in the league. I want to congratulate you, but I want you to hear from me first. I thought the SGA should have been the MVP. That's no disrespect to you, but congratulations. And what do you guys have to do to get back on track versus Minnesota?
Thank you, Shaq. We don't judge people here, so that's fine. It's your opinion. I'm joking.
No, hey, all good. I love you. I love your brothers. One thing we always going to do is keep it real with each other. Congratulations. I love you.
But Shaq see these guys winning these MVPs and a little envious because, and I don't care. Look, I understand that Shaq got 4 titles and he has 3 Finals MVPs, but Shaq know deep down we should be having a discussion for GOAT. Shaq name is never brought up in the discussion. Now we bring his name up with big mans, with Will, Russell, and Kareem, and rightfully so. But we're never going to see another guy Shaq's size with his athleticism that was as dominant as him.
Yeah.
And he robbed himself because he didn't take it serious enough. Did he take it serious? Not nearly as serious as he should have. Shaq should have 5 MVPs. Shaq should have 7 titles. And I think he sees a guy like Nikola Jokic that's not as dominant as him and gets 3 and 4 years.
Yeah.
And people are talking about him. And they talk about him dominant big man. But see, when you historically great, they talk about you as great basketball player, the GOAT. And Shaq is never in front of Magic. He's never in front of LeBron. He's never in front of Jordan. He's never in front of Kareem. He's never really in front of Russell. When we talk about GOATs, those Mount Rushmore. And I think a part of him is envious of that. But he doesn't have anybody to blame but himself.
But do you think it's because he's a center, though? Obviously, when we talk about the GOAT conversation,
Nikola Jokic is a center. Kareem.
Wait, so when we talk about the greatest basketball players of all time, as far as the GOAT conversation, Shaq's name is never brought up in that.
Have you ever heard it?
No, because it's normally just Kobe, MJ, and LeBron. That's it.
Kareem.
No, I never heard of Kareem.
No. Actually, Kareem doesn't get the credit that he deserves. No,
so there's something I want to address. Just brought to my attention. Is that Ocho, everyone's family. Okay. Shaq, about the comments that I said last night. Shaq said, "You took me sticking up for Shea as jealousy of Joker shows how smart you are and how you say anything to get clicks." That's not what I did. But anyway, so here's the clickbait for you. If I ain't ranked in the top 10 in your profession, then you can't speak. Don't forget, I know what you did to get where you're at. Me jealous sounds like you jealous. I know you're trying to stay relevant by gossiping on your podcast. We don't believe you. You need more people in case you forgot. 4 rings, 3 finals MVPs, top 50, top 75. And to be quite frank, all this success you got still under me. You don't know my work ethic, but I work less, but not blah, blah, blah. But anyway, love you too. If you need help making money, it's better ways than gossiping. I'm too old for this ish. Love always. The most dominating big man ever. Never took it serious. Remember, I know you and you know words of Skip Bayless. I'm better than you. Hashtag G14 classification. I have it. You don't. Not in my profession.
Wait, when that happened?
He just about 10 minutes ago.
Wait, Shaq in the chat?
No, he on IG. I've never professed. I've never professed that I was as great as Shaq. But what I will say,
yes, sir,
I got what I got because I worked. Now,
yes,
Shaq has been the one that said that he didn't work as hard, he didn't train as hard, he didn't eat as well as he should have.
Right.
Shaq is the one that anytime someone wins an MVP, he talks about how he should have been the MVP over Steve Nash. Now, you guys have heard me speak glowingly. I say Travis Kelce is better tight end than I was. So was Gronk. So was my guy, what's his name? For the Chargers. Antonio Gates.
Gates. Right. Okay.
Shaq, if you took what I said as a slight, okay, I can get it. And people say, well, see, my thing is that I'm not saying that I've never said I was the equivalent, and I'm quick to say that when I talk about Kevin Durant or I talk about any player, I said I'm not the equivalent basketball player, but all I can do is maximize my ability.
Right.
Shaq know deep down, he could take all the shots. Yeah, you got more money. Yeah, you're more famous than me. Yeah, you're more well-known. You're going to have way more money than I ever have. But nobody will ever say that I was lazy or I cheated myself. That's all I got for you, big boy. I ain't got nothing else for you, Shaq. I ain't here to argue with you. I'm not here to debate with you. It is what it is. I can't do any more on the football field. You can't do any more on the basketball court. Yes, you were great. Yes, you were great. But you know deep down, you should be in the top 5, not top 10. Because you just said, who else was the most dominant? You said you were the most dominant.
Oh, yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and I done said it before, and I'm going to say it some more, and keep saying it some more until this year over 2024, where all capital C's have been in full effect. Pressure has been applied, and I ain't lying. Controversy, chaos, conflict, confrontation, and confusion with chaos in the mix. As you heard right here, Shaq is very highly upset about Shannon Sharpe giving his critique when he came at Jokic the other night when they spoke about the MVP award this year. He felt that Shai Alexander should have won it, and it turned up on Twitter, social media, because Shaq was on there with him and said directly, I don't think that you should have won it. It should have went to Shai Alexander. That is going to always be subjective, most definitely. Shai Alexander turned up, lit, number 1 seed. Dog had the numbers, the stats, but, you know, we don't make them decisions and everything. Everybody going to have their opinion about that. Well, as you see right there, once it started heating up more and more and more, this is going to be a topic of discussion. Anytime these awards come up, it's going to be that. Who should have won what in any category, debate, who was the better hooper, the top 3 players, or anything like that. But what turned this up even more was when my nigga Bolo sent it to me last night. Shout out to ATL. Hey, bro, you caught this, Ant? Shaq went to the ground, posted up the message where Shannon Sharpe responded last night from the night before. This nigga Shaq, in real time, he went on there. Hold on, Shaq, what's really going on with you? And Shaq went directly at him, and Shaq most definitely was in his feelings. And I had a link in the description where y'all can watch that in full to get the entire context from Nightcap. But it even got even further because before Shaq kept it going today. He went back to the ground. Wait till I get up from this nap and hear my last response on this. This is so fun that we just become best friends at Shannon Sharpe. Then he came back after that and posted up the clip where Gilbert Arenas was saying, hey, Shaq just be going at the big man. That's what Shaq do in this game. Anytime it's a conversation about another big man, he's so competitive, he gonna dog about it, throw some hate their way. And he posted that part of the Nightcap show with Gilbert Arenas on there. Then he went into the comments and tagged everybody that he could who do podcasts or rap or do things that he got a relationship with, and said, now I'm done with this. I'll be at the Bahamas crib if anyone needs me. Woo, what a week. First I found out they ain't love me, and now this. But remember, hashtag, now, whatever that is, now, nothing against me shall prosper, Buffalo Soldier, things like that. You can never break the unbreakable. And to all the people that know both of us, don't call me. It will never be a sit down. That nigga ain't even spelling correctly, y'all. He's so highly upset with Shannon Sharpe about how he critiqued him. Shaq, you were clearly in your feelings, and I'll tell you what hurt Shaq more, I think, because there's several layers of conversation with this that all get mixed in. Certain things are correct in my opinion, certain things ain't, and it ain't even about it being correct or incorrect. It's about how it's getting delivered. When Shaq went up there, Jokic like that, right on the TV show on the network, it's going to be like, well, dang, bro, you used to hoop too. Would you want somebody else doing that to you? People go look at that like, bro, why you did dog like that? Now, I'll say this, Shaq telling him to his face on the live screen, like you're going to hear it from me. I want you to know directly, I tell you, I don't feel like you should have won. I feel like Shaq Alexander should have won it and things like that. But at the same time, it's like, well, bro, you got a job to do. Don't just do the dog. Let dog have his moment, bro. Let him get his shine on for winning and everything like that. But then there's the other side where Shaq did play this position. Shaq has played this sport before. So it's going to be like you have a fair – people are going to respect Shaq's opinion. Or even if they don't agree with it, they don't like it, they feel like he hating, they're going to feel like, okay, you got some type of grounds for it as opposed to somebody who never did this, played this position, or don't know nothing about the sport. But when Shannon Sharpe came on and critiqued it, you know, Chad Ochocinco and being on there with him, and I ain't gonna lie, that nigga Chad Ochocinco is an entertainer. When he say that nigga Shaq in the chat, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga Shaq was not in the chat. But at the same time, when he's critiquing it, the words like jealousy, oh, he feels away, and then when he goes into saying that Shaq is lazy. Now, Shaq is on record himself saying he did practice hard. He wasn't working in practice. He was focused on working hard and playing his heart out in the game. We've heard Kobe critique Shaq of that. He did it himself and things like that. So that's a known thing. And that nigga Shannon Sharpe is saying, hey, bro, you was the most dominant big man. You was that guy. Nobody could get with you. But you didn't take it to the next level, and that's all your fault. Now, every time another big man gets notarized and get light shed on him or get the MVPs, you feel a way about it. And he said, hey, they really working. They really doing what they got to do to better their shots, better their moves, better the role that they play in the game, better they pass it. But when you come out and say that, that's why it's on the record, Shaq. You just said it, bro. Hey, nigga, I wasn't working in practice. I just was working on this. And then he said, y'all younger athletes don't do what I did. That's the incorrect way to do it. And it is right. You do got to get in there and work hard, bro. It's hard to get in the game. You got to sacrifice it all to make it. You got to work as hard as you can to make it. But you got to work even harder to stay at the top. And the older you get, you got to work even harder to stay at the top. That's what this is all about. So the other part of it, I do got to disagree with Shannon Sharpe with the GOATs, bro. In our generation, our culture, the black urban hip side of sports, and even crossover to the corporate side. Bro, don't nobody talk about the centers being at the top. It's always going to be Kobe, Jordan, or LeBron. Out of those three, them are the big three of the NBA history. Who do we see as the GOATs? We don't really put the centers up there. You will hear Bill Russells, you will hear the other guys, Kareem and Wilt and other people who did their stuff, and we ain't never downplaying them. But the guards are the ones that just become the face of that conversation. So on that part, I have to say, because Chad and Gilbert told Shannon, hey, bro, don't nobody really bring the centers up. And I got to keep it 1,000. We always pay respect to the centers of the game. We pay respect to the power forwards of the game. But those guards are the ones that people always discuss, bro. Kobe, Jordan, or LeBron, and people have their picks on who they think is the best. That's a debate that's never going to end in this generation of sports. I don't know who comes next behind them or anything like that. Probably Steph Curry maybe now. I would probably say him. I feel like it's other players who really got in there and did their stuff. But just scoring-wise, probably Steph Curry would probably be fourth in line for people to start discussing as one of the GOATs when he retire and everything like that. But there's several other players who came in. We'll be naming them all day. I'm just thinking of freestyler right off the top. So it's always layers to the conversation. Shannon Sharpe was giving Shaq an honest critique. He gave an opinion about it, but I think when he called him the jealous part of it, that's what really hit Shaq the most, and he's offended by it. He said he ain't never sitting down. It is crazy now at this point, bro. Shaq would take it all the way there. Tell me what y'all think, because it ain't really got to be that deep, Shaq. You got to get out your feelings, bro. He said what he said. It wasn't intention. It wasn't like he was trying to hate on you. He wasn't even trying to compare himself to you. He was really just saying, hey, bro, you had all the tools you needed. Shannon Sharpe, with him comparing his career to Shannon Sharpe career. Shannon Sharpe will tell you, nigga, I'm not the equivalent of my importance and my stature, my position in football ain't the equivalent of how Shaq was in basketball. He don't be tripping about that, but it's certain key words that I know why Shaq got mad and felt the way. But at the same time, man, just take it on the chin, Shaq. It's all right, bro. Come back, holler at Shannon Sharpe. Y'all niggas on the dual episode and get past that nonsense, that chaos, that conflict, that confusion, that confrontation. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.